fact that in this day and age there is still a debate that exists between iPhone and Android phones is absolutely ridiculous. I think what people don't understand is that functionally these phones are so close to one another that it's really not even a comparison anymore. I mean, yeah, you could argue that the iPhone has blue text bubbles, or, the iPhone has FaceTime. Or you can argue that Samsung has, DeX. You can argue that Samsung can do 100 times zoom. In the past I've heard things like, oh, the iPhone's so much easier to use. Have you ever used a Samsung phone? Have you ever used most Android phones? This is not 2010 anymore, where Apple and Samsung are making innovative changes every single year. They're kind of in this phase where they just make little incremental changes that do ultimately make the phones better, but they don't really improve much from the year before or the year before that. If you want to see real innovation, you need to be looking at Chinese smartphones, running silicon carbon battery technology, 10,000 milliamp hour batteries, 100 watt fast charging, some of the most amazing cameras I've ever seen in a smartphone. And here's Apple releasing their first foldable 7 years after the Galaxy Fold came out. But don't get me wrong, Samsung is not off the hook for using the same cameras 3 years in a row in their flagships. But I just wish these Chinese smartphones were more readily available in the Western market, because then Apple and Samsung, who largely dominate the market in the Western world, would actually have a little bit of competition, and the risk of losing market share may actually make them innovate again. Ultimately, all I'm saying is the debate between Apple and Samsung or Apple and Android is just ridiculous. The debate should be between both of them and all these Chinese companies.